Good morning, good morning, good morning, Poplar Creek. God knows I love you. I'm praying for each and every one of you. And I'm trying to ensure as many of you as possibly understand the Alabama COVID-19 registration and shots procedures. And so, just to make sure everyone understands, I don't want no one to miss out because they think they're not included. I'm going to share my screen from the Alabama COVID-19 vaccination allocation plan. And it's not much. I just want to get you to understand some of the points that are in here. So then that 1C, the vast majority of us will come under 1C. And that pertains to persons in identified age groups at risk associated with dying and included in 1B. So these things up here in 1B also are pertain to people in 1C and what have you. So then working or living in a congregation setting, but not limited to homeless shelters and group homes, things of that nature. But I want to get back here to this 1C. Okay, so persons with high risk medical conditions, critical workers not recommended for vaccination in one phase B, 1B, persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Please note, intellectual and developmental disabilities. 1C is for persons ages 65 to 74. It is also for persons ages 16 to 54 years of age with high risk medical conditions down in footnote 2, and then additional critical workers. So then let's go look at the footnotes and see just who that 1B pertains to. And don't forget, individual 16 to 54 falls in this group. So footnote 2, high risk medical conditions included but are limited to the following: people with cancer, chronic kidney disease, heart conditions, heart failure, things of this nature. But I want to pick up right in here because after the organ transplant and all, it's got obesity. Somebody like me, I'm considered obese because my body mass index is 30% or more. So people that are heavy, I would say, I'm not gonna use the word fat like me, but people who are heavy, sickle cell disease. Check this out now. It says right here, people who smoke, and then type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, pregnancy, or other medical conditions determined by your doctor. But now let me go back up here again. See, and it says additional, that footnote 2 was for persons aged 65 to 74 and persons ages 16 to 54 with these conditions in footnote 2 that I just covered: obesity, smoking, sickle cell, type 1, type 2 diabetes. Now it also 1C covers additional critical workers in footnote 3. So let's look at footnote 3 right quick. Footnote 3 says transportation and logistics. If you drive a bus for something for with several people get on a regular basis, uh, food service. Please note that that includes people who works in restaurants, people who works in grocery stores, food services, construction workers, bank tellers, and all. So now, if you fall in those categories, any one of those categories, I'm praying that you get your COVID-19 vaccination. Now, this evening from 6 to 7 at the Creek for Creek members, we will be doing a registration. And those of you who register at the Creek this evening will not have to attend the March 27th registration, excuse me, whereby you'll be in line with a bunch of other people who are trying to get these 500 allocations given to the community. So then that a number of allocations have been allotted to Poplar Creek membership. You get registered this evening, then you just take the document that First Lady Johnson give you and carry it on April the 10th at the time she tell you and get your shot. You skip March 27th. March the 27th, if you don't get registered this evening on March the 27th, go to Round Island Mission Center. Get there early. I already published the times. I think it's 10 to 2 and get registered. If you have any of these conditions that I read to you, and this is effective as of March the 22nd, as I said before, Limestone Ministerial Coalition working with Alabama Health Department, the Limestone County Health Department. This is how we got allocations for our communities, and this is why we are working to get people vaccinated. For those who may not want to get vaccinated, those who might be non-vaxxers, all I can say is 500,000 plus people that died from COVID-19, my sister included. Why not? God bless you. Know that I love you. I'm praying for you. This is Pastor Johnson, Poplar Creek. Mwah. Have a blessed day in the Lord.